I went to my yarn shop. It's fabric shop, but they have this great yarn section. And Jessica, it was so nice to see you when we got there. The kids were so happy to see you. I had run out of my soak wash, and I have some presents to block. So that's good. We'll have that now. And then while I was there, I picked up the mulled wine. Yeah. West Yorkshire spinners. Sock yarn. I am such a sucker for Christmas stuff. And what's great about this one, the last one was I would say even more Christmassy than this one, but this one can even be just like autumnal, but it can also be festive. So I'm excited to see how this knits up. It does not look, even or anything. And oh, of course it shows you on the side. Last year, what was the name of it? I can't even remember, but it looked like the way it knit up was like twinkle lights, and I really liked that. So I need to put some things away that we got at the market. Got some milk, got some cheese, got some spicy pickles for the husband, and a little thing of jelly beans while we were there because the kids were wanting to pretend that they were every flavor beans. And I got some popcorn, so I might pop the popcorn and see if that'll help me focus on the sewing that I need to do today. I also need to clean my kitchen. I don't want to clean my kitchen, and I know that if I go in there and clean it, all of the energy that I was going to put towards sewing will be gone, and it'll be another day that I haven't finished the lining on those stockings. So I'm actually, shocker, going to prioritize crafting over some chores, but that's fine. I really do want to get those stockings lined before I see my sister on Sunday. So that's what it'll be. That's what I'll say. I am also flirting with the idea of laying down for a while and then doing that. So that maybe I'll have the energy for both things. We'll see. We've been out of the house since 7 this morning because we had to get out pretty early to drop off the big kids, and it's noon. So I think I'm going to eat some food. How about we not pretend that I'm a robot, and I eat some food and see if that actually gives me some energy, and if it doesn't, that will be the deciding factor on whether I will lay down or not. I'm trying to remove the word should from my vocabulary and can't from my vocabulary. Because when I say I can't do something, it's usually that I'm choosing not to, like I'm not using can't accurately. And there are a lot of things that I feel like I should do that don't matter. So I'm trying to use those words as little as possible. And it is interesting to hear what I actually say when I do that. Yeah, what I will do instead of what I should do is not normally how I would have said it. But that's the truth. So, okay, food. another day, and I was putting on some rounds on the tulip sweater here. I just pulled out the sleeve, oh, right in the face, the sleeve of this guy. So I've got one more sleeve, and then the raglan here to put on. I am not quite done with the raglan increases here. The raglan depth on the first one I really liked, and it was like 10 inches from the start to the end. So I'm at about 6.5 inches here, and I have maybe 40 rounds to go, maybe less. So I'm very curious about how that will be, if I'll have to just do some rounds of stockinette to fill that depth for myself. But I'm really glad that I've been taking all these measurements, and I'm wondering if before I finish the raglan increases, if I should do a little mid-project block, so that, number one, I can, knowing it's on the blocking mat and drying means I feel like my brain can focus on some other things, and maybe get those things done while it's drying. Maybe some socks for Christmas, like what I cast on yesterday. We shall see. We shall see how well it goes. But all of my measurements are according to the stitch gauge here, for the circumference of the body and the sleeves. So I would like to double check that, I think, and see if this collar lays less mock necky and just like a regular collar once it hits the water. So we shall see. I don't think, at least with my experience with unspun yarn, which is not a ton, it doesn't really, like, everything evens out a little bit, but it doesn't really loosen up a ton. So yeah, but I think it's fascinating no matter what happens, and I think I will go to bed and see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow is an at-home day for me. The husband and his friend are going to be working on our car. Caleb, he's been a friend of ours for years and years and years. And they're going to be trying to fix something on the truck and changing the oil on both vehicles. And it is so cold out there. So I am very thankful for them and just their sets of skills and just how tough they are to just go out there and in below freezing weather, just go work on cars. Yeah, very thankful that those will just be in good shape very soon. So, I just wish there were another 24 hours that I could knit and sew and do more things. Really, I just wish there was more daylight. It gets so dark so soon. I'm starting to turn the lights on in the house, I think, before 5 o'clock. So the couple of things that I need to do in the sunlight are sewing things. So I put the lining in the stockings, but when I was sewing the edge on the sewing machine, I got it, underneath the lip here. And you can see that little seam, but it's not like there's this big old seam allowance here. So I did not sew the other ones with the machine, the edge here. I'm going to hand stitch these because I think it'll just turn out way better if I do. So that's one of the things I must do in the sunlight. The other thing I should probably do in the sunlight is if I am going to be making that vest dress. So I have it running in my head. It's going to be a modified version of the metamorphic dress. And but I need paper to print the pattern on. And I need to get the wool out of the wool cycle in the washer. I say wool cycle. It's just a rinse and spin cycle, and I put wool wash in it. But I'm going to get that fabric out and lay it out to dry so that the lining and the wool have been like prepped the way they would be prepped before I start cutting things up. So, what a day. More days coming. December has already been a doozy. I'm hoping that that is like all the things for December that need so much attention.